it, or it will not affect you so much. You'll be able to come out of it very easily. So understand what is it. As I said, it's a box breathing. So for a number of count, we'll be breathing in, inhale, and for a same number of count, we'll be holding our breath. And for the same number of time, we'll be breathing out. And again, for the same number of time, you will be holding your breath again. So it has been given term in yoga. What are the terms? It's called Purak when you inhale, Kumbhak when after inhalation you hold, then, or it is also called Antarik Kumbhak, and then Rechak when you exhale, and after Krechak or after exhalation you hold your breath again, which is called Baya Kumbhak, okay, or Shunyak, because you are empty inside and you're holding your breath. After that, you are not inhaling again immediately. Now, what are the benefit of doing this? Our emotions, as I told you all in quite a lot of sessions, that we have around 9 emotions, and all those emotions are connected with our breath. And obviously, we are the slave of those emotions. We can't control them. But with the help of your breathing technique, you can definitely control your emotions. Like what happened when you are angry? Your breathing becomes fast, your face becomes red, and the thought process becomes haywire. You just can't think because you're so angry. And when you're confused, you're breathing again. All of these emotions they are directly connected with your breath. You can see that when you are stressed, again, you have to keep taking deep breath because you forget whether you are breathing in or not. You feel short of oxygen at that time. When you are sick, again, your breathing gets haywire. Either it's fast or it's very slow. When you are confused, again, it has an effect on your breathing. When you are in love, again, it has an effect on your breathing. So each and every emotion, those 9 emotions that we have, is connected with your breath. And if you control your breathing, if you want to control those emotions, you can control it with the help of your breath. Like if you have to submit some report and it's very important, obviously you'll be nervous. Again, you can see that in your breathing process. And this wonderful breathing process of this wonderful pranayam technique, you can do it in a hall full of people and nobody will come to know that you're breathing. And what happens? It calms you down. It calms your mind. And in turn, you can control your stress and your nervousness and you gain confidence. So you can try it out. At any given time, you can try it out. It immediately calms you down because then you gain control of yourself immediately. So let's try it out. Let's see the video. Manav, can we show that video to them?
Yes.
What is square breathing? Our emotional body is directly attuned with our breathing. This can be easily seen when one is in a state of anger. Our face turns red, breathing becomes fast, and so on. So, to gain control of such kinds of emotional situations, the easiest thing one can do is to stabilize their breathing, and this pranayam is the quickest way to seize control. This exercise can also be used for meditation or just to calm oneself. For square breathing, we have to breathe slowly through our nose for 6 counts. Hold the breath in for another slow count of 6. Exhale through the nose for a count of 6. And hold again for a count of 6. Let us try it out. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you saw, this is only one time we have done it, and it has already calmed you down. Now, this is a wonderful technique. So whenever you want to gain control of yourself, if you are stressed, if you are nervous, if you're angry, and you know it may harm you if you blow out, if you get angry on your staff, it is not healthy for you or for other people also. And you want to control that emotion at that time. You can do it for 2 to 3 times or 5 times, and immediately your anger, your stress, your nervousness will be under your control. This wonderful technique has been developed with Gayatri Mantra. Now, what is Gayatri Mantra? Gayatri Mantra is a combination of 24 wonderful mantras. And as I told you that in Sanskrit, these mantras and all, they are actually seed. And you plant that seed, and these seed in turn, it vibrates and it works on different part of your body. It benefit different part of your body, different organs of your body, and different tattvas of your body. And Gayatri Mantra, it's a combination of 24 mantras. And Gayatri Mantra itself, they in quite a lot of parts of the world, they understood the importance of Gayatri Mantra, because this mantra has been taken from Rigveda, and it has been playing in South America and a few parts of South America, in Germany, and in world's other parts also. In the morning they play it, because the vibration, whether you chant this mantra or you are in the vicinity when this mantra is being chanted, it affects different part of your body, and it gives you benefit. So Gayatri Mantra itself works on 24 elements in our body. And what are those 24 elements? Can we play that? And Manav, I want you to stop the video after the explanation. So before we start the meditation, that square breathing with the Gayatri Mantra, just stop it. Okay, I'll tell you where to stop. And then we'll restart it.
Okay.
Rishis have selected the words of various mantras and arranged them in ways so that they not only convey some meaning, but their chanting also creates specific energies. Gayatri is a mantra which inspires righteous wisdom. It stimulates 24 elements, which are 5 sense organs, 5 work organs, 5 pranas, 5 elements, Chitta, Man, Buddhi, and Ahankar.
Can we stop it here, Manav?
Yes.
Now, Gayatri itself, it has a beautiful meaning. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. So what is the meaning of this? Om is a universal word. We all know that. And it's a universal mantra. So when I told you in the very first or second lesson that when the the astronauts, they went in this space, they heard one universal sound that was in the form of Om. And our body is a mini universe. So whatever exists in this huge universe, in a miniature form, even our body has. So Om is a universal word, mantra, and it has been given to us by God. That's what they say. It's the mantra of divine. It is divine itself. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Now Bhu, Bhuva and Swaha, what is the meaning of this? It's actually our body, mind and soul, or the 3 lokas. The Swaha is the Swarglok, and Bhu is the Prithvi lok, and that's the Sukshma lok, where everything exists, we exist. So, and then Dhimahi and all that, that when whoever chant this mantra, they get illuminated. They get connected with the God, they get moksha, they get knowledge. That's what the meaning of this entire shlok is. And plus, when you chant these mantras, as I said, 24 elements get vibrated when you chant it. And what are those 24 elements? 5 sense organs. So we all know what are those five sense organs: our eyes, our nose, ears, our nose, ears, mouth, and our skin. And we cannot function because we perceive, we get knowledge with the help of these 5 sense organs. Then 5 work organs. What are those? Our hands, legs, then urinary tract, your tongue, your mouth, your tongue, and your anus. And if these work organ doesn't work properly, obviously we'll be in trouble. We all know that. So Gayatri Mantra itself, it vibrates, stimulates, and work on this. If they are imbalanced, it balances them. Then it works on our 5 pranas. I told you all that we have energy flows in the body. And in the direction it flows, it has been termed as 5 different pranas. Now, what are those? It's called Apan Vayu, Apan Prana, Saman Prana, Pran Prana, Udan Prana, and Vyan Prana. So this Apan Vayu rotates only in your leg region, and it's down, and it is responsible for the excretion of our urine and the stool and all. It helps us to take it out from the body. Plus, it helps the woman who gives delivery at that time. So obviously, it is very, very important for our body to function. Apan Vayu. And it rotates only in your leg region, from your anus to the leg, to the leg region. Then Saman Vayu. Saman Vayu rotates only in your stomach area, and it is responsible for the function of our digestion. It controls the digestion in our body. Then Pran Vayu rotates from your stomach to the neck region, and it is responsible for our blood circulatory system and for the functions of our lungs and heart and everything. Okay. Then Udan Vayu. Udan Vayu rotate from your neck to the head region, to the top of the head. And all these 5 sense organs are organized, are controlled by this Udan Vayu. Then Vyan Vayu. That's the last one. It rotates in your entire body. So Mahatmans or the yogis with tap and with meditation and with yogasana and all, who can merge after a lot of sadhanas and all, they are able to merge all the 4 pranas into Vyan Vayu. And when that happens, they are actually they gain knowledge and everything, and they get, it's not magical. Anyone can do it, but we have to have that much sadhana. As I said, the sadhana cannot be achieved in one day or in 1 year. It takes a lot of years of putting too much of your time in everything, and being serious in that, being punctual in that, and gaining that knowledge. So what happens, these sadhus and all, they can merge, whoever can merge these 4 vayus into Vyan Vayu, they don't need to breathe in or breathe out. So you must have heard about the sadhus or the yogis and all, who take Jal Samadhi or Bhumi Samadhi for years or months, and then they come out. So when they take Jal Samadhi, that means they don't breathe in and breathe out. How do they survive? In fact, all of us, we have done it. When we were in the womb of our mother, we all did that. So we are all born yogis, but we forget that Maya, the whole, it creates that illumination around us, and we forget all things. Whatever we have as a human being we have been given. We forget that. So that is 5 vayus, what I just told you, 5 pranas I mean to say. Then 5 tattvas, Panch Mahabhutas. What are those? Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Our body is made up of that, I told you. And the chakras also control that, as well as that when you chant a Gayatri Mantra, even some part of Gayatri Mantra controls the 5 elements. Controls means it balances, helps us to balance those 5 elements in our body. Now, what are those 5 elements? Earth, water, I just told you. Now, how does it, what in our body is made up of earth? So whatever is solid in our body is of earth, like our bones, our skin, our fat, our muscles are all of earth. Earth doesn't mean that it is soil and which reside in the earth. Earth is whatever we have solid thing in our body is controlled by this. Rajesh, you didn't close the door. Just hold on, please. Then water, whatever flows in our body, it's a watery thing like blood and all those things, has the presence of water. That's why they flow in our body. Then fire, our body has a temperature, and whatever we eat get digested because the presence of fire element in our body. Then air element, it helps us to, it helps the blood circulation system in our body. And we breathe in air, we breathe in oxygen because of this air element. And we breathe out air, that is carbon dioxide. And we know how important it is. Then ether, in between 2 cells, the ether, akash, that nothingness, void, reside. When they are important, and if they become imbalanced, we suffer from a lot of diseases. They are the diseases of imbalance of fire element can be acidity, migraine, and imbalance of earth element can be anorexia, obesity, and a lot more. And the diseases connected with that. The heart problem, the asthma problem, the breathlessness, and everything happens because of this. So these all things need to be well balanced in our body. Gayatri Mantra, when you are chanting this, it helps us to balance that. Then these are 20 elements. 4 more is Man. Man is our physical mind. As I told you, that on an average, a human being utilizes only 5 to 7% of the brain capacity. That 5 to 7% of the brain capacity, you can term it as our Man, the physical mind. We are the slave of our physical mind. So many times we say that we should do it. We should meditate every day, but don't feel like doing it. So we are slave of our physical mind. Then Buddhi. Buddhi is the intellect mind, which can never give us wrong advice. So to gain control, to activate our Buddhi, the intellect mind, we have to practice meditation every day. Then only we'll be connected with our intellect mind on a regular basis. Then Man, Buddhi, Chit. Chit is the soul. Okay? And Ahankar. Ahankar is ego. We suffer because the ego resides in us, and it actually creates that Maya around us. It creates a lot of, it is the biggest enemy of a human being. And if we can't control our ego, we will suffer. We all know that. So these are the 24 elements. When you chant Gayatri Mantra, or you are hearing the chanting of Gayatri Mantra, all automatically these 24 elements get stimulated, gets balanced. That's the reason in so many parts of the world, they chant, they have this played on the radio every day. They broadcast it every day for the benefit of all the other people. Now, how do you club in this wonderful Gayatri Mantra with square breathing? Can we start that video again?
Yes.
There are 4 parts in the Gayatri Mantra. For square breathing with Gayatri Mantra, one has to inhale during the first part, which is Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Hold during the chanting of the second part, Tatsavidur Varenyam. Exhale during the chanting of the third part, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Then hold again during the chanting of the fourth part, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Please follow the square breathing along with Gayatri Mantra.
Shall we do only 1 or 2, because then the meditation that we will be doing, even that has. So it is already, I think we just have about 57 minutes with us. 37 minutes with us. So just twice we can play this and then stop it, and we can play that longer meditation, okay?
Sure.
Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha.
Hold your breath.
Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tatsavidur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat.
Oh, we can stop it here. Let's have that meditation, because I'm sure people must be waiting for that meditation. And then we can have a 5 or 10 minutes of question answer session.
Om Sehna Vavatu Sehno Bhunaktu Sehviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Take your positions. Sit with your back straight, with your hands in Gyan Mudra resting on your lap. Close your eyes and relax. Relax your shoulders, your hands and your legs. Relax every part of your body. Now, with a relaxed body, focus on your breath, on the flow of your breath, be it fast, slow, rhythmic, non-rhythmic, equal or unequal. Focus on the temperature of your breath. Feel the coolness of the air on the inside of your nostrils while breathing in. Feel the warmth of the air on your upper lip area while breathing out. Now, with your eyes closed, look on both sides of your nose to stop inner eye movement. Let's begin with Omkar. Begin. Now, Brahmari. Now prepare yourself for Anulom Vilom. Assume the Pranam Mudra with your right hand and begin. Left in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. Gently bring your right hand back to Gyan Mudra. It is now time for square breathing in sync with the Gayatri Mantra.
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
With the Sushumna Nadi now activated, we begin our chakra meditation. Let us start with the Muladhara chakra, which is located just above the anus. Place your complete concentration on that part of your body. You may feel vibrations or other sensations on that part. With that awareness, visualize a red lotus with 4 petals, having a golden yellow square at the center. This is the yantra of the earth element. Now, let us begin this divine journey by chanting the Bij mantra Lang. Begin. Lang. Lang. With an awakened Muladhara at the base of your spine, we now move above to the region of water, the Swadhisthana Chakra, located just below the tailbone. To concentrate on this, visualize an orange lotus with 6 petals and a crescent moon in the center. This is the yantra of the water element. To balance emotions, let us chant the Bij mantra, Vang. Begin. Just as two bodies unite and become one in blissful embrace, visualize both the Muladhara and the Swadhisthana chakras rotating in clockwise direction and merging with each other. We have now synchronized the energy of the earth element and the water element and need to progress upwards towards the Manipur chakra, which controls the fire element. This is yet another step towards our final goal of achieving perfect harmony amongst all our chakras. Finally, all the chakras should be in perfect tune and rotate in the same clockwise direction. The Manipur chakra is located right behind our navel on the lumbar spine. To focus on that, visualize a yellow lotus with 10 petals. At the center, there is a red triangle, yantra of the fire element. The petals may appear to be made out of flames. And now, in keeping with the rotating movement of the lower chakras, to uplift your confidence and self-esteem, let us chant the Bij mantra Rang. Begin. Filled with confidence and leaving your ego behind, we now rise from Manipur chakra to the region of air, the Anahat chakra, located right behind the heart on the path of the thoracic spine. We find here a green lotus with 12 petals, with a star at the center, yantra of the air element. Soar into the softness of the sky. Feel liberated. Chanting the Bij mantra Yang will support this quest. Begin. Yang filled with passion and unconditional love. With an awakened Anahat Chakra, it is time to move above to the subtle region, signifying the ether element Akash Tattva. This is the Vishuddhi Chakra, located right behind our Adam's apple on the path of the cervical spine. To concentrate on this chakra, visualize a blue lotus with 16 petals, with a circle at the center, yantra of the ether element. Listen to the gentle whisper of your inner voice. Experience complete surrender. Now let us chant the Bish mantra Hung. Begin. Your emotions are now flowing, taking you into the depths of your inner world. It is now time to move above to the higher chakras, starting with the Agya Chakra, the third eye chakra, located between the eyebrows. For that, visualize an indigo lotus with 2 petals, with Om at the center. Om, as you all know, is the universal mantra and also the yantra of the manas element or the lower mind. To get rid of Maya, illusion, to gain awareness of your inner self, we will now chant Om 3 times, which will help to stabilize your lower mind. Begin. You are now in deep meditation, in a state where the mind is free of any kind of conflict, virtually devoid of thought. The mind is completely blank. In this state of equilibrium, we move above to the Sahasrara Chakra, located at the crown of the head. Feel this sensation in this part of the body and visualize 1,000-petaled lotus, violet in color, gradually blossoming, opening up gently to reveal in its manifold layers the shivling at its center, the yantra of our higher consciousness, the supreme power. To get connected to the higher mind, now let us chant the Bish mantra Soham silently. For that, while breathing in, chant So silently, and while breathing out, chant Hum also silently. Begin. Let the image of Shivling expand and get elevated. Focus on your energy and allow it to merge with the Shivling. into a glorious fountain. The rainbow colors of this fountain are akin to divine energy, which now flows over your crown and subsequently all over your body like a luminous protective shield. Now, at all the energy centers, the chakras are rotating in the clockwise direction. All are bright, balanced, and stimulated. The inner and outer body are in perfect balance, powerful and secure. With that, we will end this meditation with the universal mantra Om again.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
Rub your palms together, cup your eyes, and slowly open your eyes. Hari Om.
Hari Om. So this Gayatri mantra has a beautiful meaning also. I'll just tell you the literal meaning of this mantra, and then we can have question answer. I know we are late, but again, as I said, I just can't help it. So Om is a universal word. Bhu is the physical body, and you can say our loka, that is Prithvi loka. Bhuva is the mental body or the Sukshma loka. Suva is the soul or the Swarg lok. Tat means that. What is that? Is the God. Tat, that, God. And Savitur means source of the light. What God is? It's the source of the light. It's the source of the knowledge that we gain. Then Varenyam. What is the meaning of Varenyam? That is, it is adorable. The source of light, that knowledge is adorable. That divinity is adorable. And then Bhargo. Bhargo means that divine light. And Devasya is pure. When we meditate upon this, we are enriched with this pure light, with this pure knowledge, which is a part of Devasya, is the part of divine, the divinity. And so we should meditate. Dhimahi, I am meditating on this light. So we should meditate on this light, on this knowledge, to gain control, to understand who we are, what is our motive. And Dhi is intellect. So when we gain knowledge about ourselves, about the divine, we understand why we are here. What is our purpose? We understand that. And Yo is who? Who understands? We understand. Na is ours. We get knowledge. We come out from ignorance and we are filled with knowledge and we understand who we are. What is the purpose of our life? So it's a beautiful meaning. If you don't understand, you can chant it yourself. You can do square breathing with it. So it will give you benefit from all the angles. So just do it. It's a wonderful form of meditation. When you have less time, do it for 11 times the square breathing and see the result. Now let's take the question answer. Again, I know we'll be able to take only 2 or 3. So let's answer that.
We have a question here that says that I go to sleep for a few seconds in between.
Sorry, can you repeat it? Because I couldn't hear it properly.
Says that I
Yeah.
go to sleep for a few seconds in between while doing the meditation. How do I control this in between sleep?
Yeah, what happened if you're hearing the voices, then don't worry, you're not sleeping, you get into the deep trance. And yet if you sleep, so it is actually calming your mind down. Normally what happened, we are all the time, we are stressed, we have so many thoughts coming to our body. When we do meditation, it calms us, it calms our mind, it calms our body. So obviously we are not used to it. So we get into that deep sleep mode also at times. Don't worry, it will refresh you. And with regular practice, you will not fall off this. And if you get into deep trance, it is beneficial.
When you were talking about the Gayatri Mantra, somebody asked whether Chit is memory or not.
Chit is actually Jeev. I saw that question. Chit is Jeev. And Jeev is actually, Jeev can be said soul, because soul and Chit, if you get to soul or Jeev that we individual we have the willpower. Where is our soul?